Hello and welcome to our online presentation for international students. My name is Liliana, and today with two international student ambassadors, in our first part, we will present you opportunities, advantages, and of studying at University of Ljubljana, some possibilities, and why to choose to study at our university. After that, I will present you admission process and recognition of foreign secondary education, and you will also hear experiences from our international student ambassadors on that, as well their experience as international students at our University of Ljubljana. So, first question is, why study in Slovenia? Slovenia is a beautiful small country where the Alps meet the Mediterranean and the Pannonian Plain. This is a country that is in the intersection of various cultures, languages, and heritage. Relative to geography, history, culture, and language, it is a very diverse country. In Slovenia, you can swim in the sea in the morning and climb the mountains in the afternoon. And the advantage of Ljubljana as the capital city is that all these activities are very, very close to you. And also, what is a big advantage of Slovenia when it comes to studying are the various benefits that students have here, like scholarships, subsidized transport and food, student jobs that are very developed. And our students, student ambassadors, will tell you more about this. So what are the benefits of student status, like subsidized meals and the possibility of student work, your experience with student work, also how you found it, also what's a necessity to arrange, like tax number, bank account, and etc. So please tell us more.
Okay, so first of all, I'm Nourelein. I'm a student of master's studies in urbanism in University of Ljubljana. And my experience with the student work, first of all, the moment I arrived to Slovenia, I had to arrange the documents to first find like my official accommodation and then register at the administrative unit of Ljubljana, and then start working on obtaining a tax ID. And after that, I went to a bank account which needed the tax ID and my accommodation address so that they can make me a bank account. And after that, I went to the entity that's responsible for like student work. And I just entered online on a website my information on it, bank account, tax ID, address, all of that. And then I was able to access lots of jobs that I can see what suits me from it. And then applying directly to like people in charge of places that I can work in. And that did happen like last March, and I did reach out for somebody who owned the place. The jobs can vary to really differently. Mainly you're going to find mostly the service or hospitality industry, like working in a restaurant as a waitress or waiter, or in the kitchen or so. But also there are more specific jobs that can be about design, can be about physical work in a warehouse or so. So there's really so many things that you can choose from. And my experience has been going okay, and I get my payment through the website officially for student work, which is Študentski service, and immediately it gets transferred on my bank account, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, Nourelein. Kristijan, can you maybe tell us more about subsidized meals, transport?
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Kristijan Popovski. I'm second year undergraduate student at the School of Economics and Business, and I study entrepreneurship. About the student subsidized meals, I think Slovenia is one of the few countries that I know of that have some help for students and subsidized meals. Basically, the students get coupons every working day of the week, and they can use it for one meal and get a subsidized price. It's, let's say, cheaper for us as students. The other thing about the transport, also subsidized. We can use the Urbana card to travel around the city with a small price or subsidized price, which for the students, the mobile part of the population comes really handy. And we use it mostly to get to the faculty and go around the city and check out the sightseeing and the beautiful things that Ljubljana as a city has to offer.
Okay, thank you so much. As I said, Ljubljana is in very good location. So the sea and the mountains, as well as the other natural beauties and cultural attractions, are very, very close to this city. Nevertheless, Ljubljana is considered one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, and it is a very colorful city where you will certainly feel very, very comfortable. You will have the opportunity to see a large number of parks, cultural monuments, and a very organized city that is a mixture of different influences through the history. So, Kristijan, can you maybe tell us what you like more about Ljubljana? How should future students use their free time here?
Well, the big difference that I can make or say about Ljubljana is that it's really accessible at various locations, and the city has good connectivity, which means that we as students or as people that live here, we can easily move from one part of the town to the other. And why is that great? Is because we can really explore it and find out the best, or go sightseeing and see a lot of things easily. Such as a lot of museums are free of charge during the first weekend of the month, and also there are parks as Tivoli or Šmarna Mountain, which is nearby the city. We can go to the Ljubljana Castle, take a boat ride on the Ljubljanica River, go check out Metolkova, take a guided tour around the city, go to the BTC, that's a mall with a lot of things to do, and go shopping, for example, the National Library, zoo, and so on and so on. So there are a lot of things that students can do and enjoy their free time.
Thank you so much. So this beautiful building that you see on PowerPoint is our rectorate of University of Ljubljana, and it is located at Kongresni Trg. This is one of the central squares in Ljubljana. Our university was founded in 1919 and today has 23 faculties and 3 art academies covering all fields of study. 3 art academies offer degree programs in the field of music, fine arts, design, theater, radio, film, and television. The field of natural science, technology, and engineering comprises 10 faculties offering unique programs that prepare students for careers in high-growth areas. Students can also study in one of 8 faculties in the field of humanities and social sciences that encourage open and critical thinking. And we also welcome prospective students who are interested in medicine, health science, and sport. The University of Ljubljana ranks among the top 3% of the universities in the world, and an education acquired at the University of Ljubljana will allow you to gain the knowledge, practical experience, and skills you need to succeed in your career wherever in the world you choose to work and live. So, Nourelein, what would you say about that are many benefits, main benefits of studying at the University of Ljubljana? What are the differences between Slovenian education system and life in Slovenia and your country?
Mm-hmm. So the first thing about, and the good thing about studying in the University of Ljubljana and in Slovenia in general is the good student support that students get in Slovenia. So even if a student has to cover their own expenses by working, the subsidized meals, the subsidized transportation, and all the benefits that you can get, you can easily cover that by working and not like a long time. So there's a really strong student support system here. And second of all is the easy access to all the information that you can through the University of Ljubljana. And this is through accessing easy information through websites, through your username and password of University of Ljubljana, and also easy access to libraries all around the city here. And I come from Egypt, so my bachelor was in in Cairo University, and the main difference that I could tell between studying there and studying here would be that the university and its staff really cares here about the mental health of its students, so they don't put lots of pressure on their students, and they don't really expect the students to do the impossible. So their priority number one is like the well-being and health of their students, and then comes the academics. And it's a good thing that they take that into consideration, because in my university, the academics was much more important than the mental health, which I think is a big mistake these days.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
There are also some scholarships that are covering tuition fees for learning Slovene for Slovene ethnic minorities in other countries and descendants of Slovene expats and immigrants. This scholarship covers only the tuition fee, not the accommodation. And there you can see when you can apply for these courses, and also email address of authorized person. Yes, this is some links, and also the email address where you can write. And yes, so as first study year students, you also have an opportunity to learn Slovene language through a Year Plus program, which is a program where you will learn Slovene and get additional 6 ACTS credit points. A student who accumulates at least 30 ACTS credit points during the first year at the University of Ljubljana, of which at least 6 credit points are from the Slovenian language course, this Year Plus, is entitled to a 1-year extension of the student status during his or her studies. So what is your experience, Kristijan and Nourelein, with Year Plus?
If I may start, my experience with Year Plus, it's quite interesting. I mean, in a positive way, because during the classes, the lectures we had, it was really interesting to get to know a bit the culture, because I come from a similar but different place from North Macedonia, where the culture you may seem at the beginning it's the same or similar, but then when you come here, you have something different. And it was great to learn about the culture, the people, the ways of the Slovenian people and how they behave, and what's really important to them, what's really important for them. Also, we learned a lot about the language, and it really helped me during my studies, because I studied in the Slovenian language, and it helped better understand the material that we have in faculty.
Thank you. Nourelein?
For me, I was first contacted. I didn't actually know about the program, but I was initially contacted by the Year Plus staff, which was a pleasant surprise. And it said that I could study the Slovenian language and culture for like 1 year. But the thing is, I missed the first semester because I was waiting for my visa back home. But then when I came, I did attend the second semester. And it was really interesting because it really gives you a strong head start on the Slovenian language. And not just the language, but the culture. And it's a good thing because they really take consideration into how to divide the groups of the students studying there. So you won't be like really worried about being in, for example, with students who are from neighboring Slavic countries. So they kind of know about Slovenian language. You are paired based on where you are from, based on your experience of Slovenian language. And that was really interesting. And it really it depended on how the teacher is gonna like put on the course. So that was interesting. And it was not just about staying in class. It also included different activities like hikes and going for trips all around Ljubljana. And it also had some important things as phonetics exercise and Zoom meetings, so it can be efficient. So it was really a nice experience, and it really gave me a head start to the Slovenian language, especially that I partially study in Slovenian also. And because if you live here for a long time or more than a semester, you definitely need to learn Slovenian language, and that is a really good start to do that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. It is also important to mention that places are limited, and you could apply for Leto Plus or Year Plus when you enroll in your studies, so somewhere in September, and you will get a notification about this course. But if you do not enroll in this course, or you do not want to enroll, of course, you can learn the language by yourself through the Sloan Online, winter and summer school courses, of course. There are also some opportunities for language learning, but what are some other advantages for students at University of Ljubljana? So Kristijan, please tell us more about some extracurricular activities, some projects, career development.
Thank you. About the extracurricular activities, I can say that the University of Ljubljana and the faculties and also the Slovenian government, let's say, give a huge attention, because probably they believe that it's really important not just to study the material theoretically, but also find different ways to use it in the real life. And they, in my experience, they do it quite good, and they spend enough time and energy and also resources in order to provide a lot of programs. A few of them that I can mention and that I've been also part of, and I'm really happy, are the career centers. They give career advice, they help you with a job, and they prepare you for the, for example, interviews or CV. And also we have career centers from the university, on the university level, and also the faculty level. There are different portals, such as Personal and Professional Development Portal, which is POPR, and they have different activities. Here we can mention the student campus, where there are a lot of events, the University Sports Center, Rožna Dolina, the Center for Extracurricular Activities at the University of Ljubljana, where you can get accredited additional ECTS credits, and also the Erasmus Student Network, which helps the incoming foreign students from Erasmus and bilateral programs to meet and share their culture and to learn different stuff. And a huge part of this sphere, let's say, have the student organizations at the faculties, at every faculty, where they on daily basis provide and organize different activities, educational, cultural, and activities for fun and networking. So I think there are a lot of things to do. You just have to search and find your best suit.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We have accredited more than 400 degree programs and more than 800 subjects in English. And as you probably know, call for enrollment for bachelor and single cycle master degree programs is published. As you can see, this year at our university announced 741 places for full-time students and 98 for part-time for non-EU country. For Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship were announced 360 places for the full-time studies and 58 part-time. For EU, there are a little bit more places, so you can see a specific number of places for each program is also available on our web page and on the EVASHO web portal, and call for enrollment for master and doctoral studies will be published in following months. All information about the master degree programs, please check at our website. Also, please follow our website and the websites or faculties and academies you're interested in. Our university, among faculties and academies, offer 21 doctoral degree programs. Here are a list of doctoral degree programs that you can enroll in as doctoral students. You can also employ at faculties and academies as young researchers. So call for these young researchers will be presumably published on 15th of March. For more information, also please check our website. Yes. As I said, call for enrollment is already published, so you can apply on the EVASHA web portal. More about admission and recognition of education, I will present you after this first part, and you will hear also experience on that of our student ambassadors. About admission and recognition, you can also hear in our video on YouTube. In this video, you will also hear more useful information about studying at University of Ljubljana, and now we will hear more about fees. You do not have to pay a tuition fee for bachelor's and master full-time studies if you come from an EU country or from a non-EU country with which Slovenia has concluded bilateral agreement on tuition fee waivers. Slovenia has concluded a bilateral agreement with Bosnia and Herzegovina, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia and Kosovo. You must pay a tuition fee if you come from a non-EU country with which Slovenia has not concluded a bilateral agreement on tuition fee waivers, if you have already obtained an equivalent educational qualification, if you're studying at doctoral level, or in the case of part-time study. Students with permanent residence in Slovenia, persons granted international protection, applicants for international protection, scholarship holders, and exchange students do not pay tuition fee. However, all students must pay the annual fee to use the university libraries and software. Before coming to Slovenia, make sure you have appropriate health insurance coverage. Okay. You do not have to pay a tuition fee for bachelor. Okay. So something more about international orientation. In cooperation with foreign universities, we conduct interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary studies, and we encourage international exchange of our students and staff. We're actively involved in many international partnerships, which provides you plenty of opportunities for exchange during your study, like Erasmus Plus grant or other scholarships. So if you do not decide to study at our university, you can always visit us and study 1 or 2 semesters within exchange programs, but then you need to check if your faculty or university have cooperation agreement with us. The University of Ljubljana is also part of Association Utopia, which includes 9 other universities from Europe. Utopia aims to promote the mobility of students and staff through new ways of joint teaching and learning and cross-border cooperations, and all partners work together to address some local and global issues. As mentioned before, we have plenty of summer school courses that cover various disciplines, from economic to business sciences, law, chemistry, mathematics, and physics, to social work, pharmacy, and technical sciences. We warmly invite you to join and attend those activities, so check that on our website for more information, and we will soon publish more summer schools. Now, a few information about entering Slovenia. Citizens of a member state of European Economic Area can enter Slovenia with valid identity card or passport. Citizens of third countries who wish to enter and reside in the Republic of Slovenia must obtain a visa if they need one to enter the territory of Slovenia, or a residence permit from the diplomatic mission or consulate of the Republic of Slovenia abroad before entering the Republic of Slovenia. If you do not need Schengen visa for entering Slovenia, you can also apply for residence permit in Slovenia when you move here within 3 months. On this link here on PowerPoint, you can find more information on that. So please note that University of Ljubljana, unfortunately, does not have the authority to help you with visa and residence permits and influence this process. But on our website, you can find all information, and you can always contact us for supporting information and explaining the process. Now I would like to ask our students about their experience with obtaining a visa and residence permits, and also maybe some tips and the things that prospective students need to look after, like cost of living, what do you recommend to bring from home, some integration into the environment, about health insurance. So Nourelein, can you start maybe?
Yeah, I can start with that. So I'm considered a third country national. So the first step that I had to do is to locate which is the nearest embassy that I have. Luckily, we have a Slovenian embassy in Egypt. So after I got accepted in University of Ljubljana, the first document that I would need would be the college enrollment paper. So the paper that proves that I have been accepted in University of Ljubljana, so I can apply for a student visa. And then I followed the rest of the document list that I received from the Slovenian embassy, which included some documents like criminal records, health insurance, bank statements, proof of payment for the visa fees and all of that. And all of the documents, it's okay for some of the documents to be in English if they're originally released in English, but some of the documents, if they are in the language of the country itself, it should be translated into Slovenian language, and it should be translated into Slovenian language by an official Slovenian translator or somebody who is officially accredited by the Slovenian embassy and Slovenian government in Slovenia. So then for the documents that were not in English, we did not have any accredited Slovenian translators in Egypt, so I had to send the documents to Slovenia to be translated and then back to me so I can present them to the embassy. And then after I presented the papers to the embassy, it was a matter of 2 to 3 months. And during that time, the education in University of Ljubljana had already started, and I received lots of support through attending this lectures that I'm missing online on Zoom from professors and from my fellow colleagues. So that was a really nice thing. And then sometimes there can be like a second request for extra documents that you can present if it is required by the Slovenian government, just asking for extra information so they can make sure that everything is okay. So if you receive that, you also provide the documents, and then you can definitely be sure that's going to be like a matter of a month or so, and then you're going to receive your residence permit. And as mentioned before, through the having subsidized help upon the students here in Slovenia, the cost of living is really not that much. It depends really on the student's lifestyle. And honestly, when I first came here, there wasn't much things that I brought from home, because everything you can definitely find here. The only thing that I would recommend is that if you come from like more southern countries or the Middle East, or you're not used to cold weather and you're coming in the winter, you really need to get lots of jackets. And that's actually, yeah, one more thing about the health insurance. As a third country national, it is required to have a health insurance anyway on your visa. So anyway, you're gonna have like a travel health insurance to start with, but you can also apply for health insurance here in Slovenia. If you can afford it, you pay a specific amount of money, whether to the public institution that's responsible for the health insurance in Slovenia, or in a private company. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You, Kristijan, maybe?
I would be short because I mostly agree. I mean, I agree with everything said before, but I would give an advice for the future students that will come here. Be careful and search for the right information, because I've seen a lot of friends and people that have misinformation about obtaining a visa or have missing documents. And when they apply, they wait for a few months in order to get a reply back and saying that they miss documents. So it's really important to have everything you need in advance and not waste your time and the time of the people that work to give you the visa. And about living here, it really depends on the person, how much I myself spent, because some students may spend less, some may spend more, some of them may live in better conditions for better accommodation, and others don't need as much. It really depends on the student, but it's really good to search and get informed in advance and have a plan. Where would I like to go? What would I like to do? How much money would I like to spend? And check how is the real standard here, so that you have a simple plan before coming here and have the sufficient funds you need. About the health insurance, because I come from North Macedonia, North Macedonia has bilateral agreement with the Republic of Slovenia. We can technically transfer our health insurance from our home country here, and we have a few benefits we can use. We don't have every possible benefit, but we have some that we can use in emergency situations. So it really also depends on the country where you come from. You can check all the information on the website, and according to that, you can make your plan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now that we mentioned accommodation, unfortunately, there are no available places in dormitory for international students, except for those who are exchange students and scholarship holders. So I would like to ask our students, maybe you, Kristijan, how you found accommodation, what were biggest challenges that you started looking for accommodation, and what are some tips on that?
Okay, well, accommodation is definitely a challenge in Ljubljana, because there are few dormitories that are private and that international students can apply for, because the public ones are closed for example, for me, for a non-EU student. But it's not impossible. As I said before, a good plan will always come in handy, because I see a lot of students, they wait until the end of September, until the end of August, beginning of September, where they get their approvement that they've enrolled at their faculty, and then they start searching for accommodation. But that's the biggest mistake, because at that point, 1 month before starting your lectures, it's probably everything is booked and you cannot find anything. The best advice I can give you is start early, maybe at May, June, July, and start searching for your private accommodation in order to avoid high prices and maybe not find any spot. Because I've seen some students, they return to home country, they return to their home country because they couldn't find any accommodation. So it can be challenged if you don't plan yourself and if you don't make your plan. So that's the biggest advice I can give you. Plan out everything before coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So here are some of our graduates and students who explain what it's like to learn with us and why they choose to study at University of Ljubljana. So students, Nourelein and Kristijan, can you tell us briefly in one sentence why you decide to study at the University of Ljubljana and how you really feel here? First, Nourelein, perhaps.
Okay, I can start. Well, first of all, I'm really glad to be here, because I heard about the University of Ljubljana from my other international students that I've known, like from workshops and over the years. So this is a really unique experience, especially if you're coming from a big country or a big city, for you to take the chance and try living in a smaller city and see what pros and cons can this have, just meeting students from all around the world, because now the university is getting very, very international, and just having to experience a good student support system in a country, and being also in a university that's from the top 3 ranked universities in the world. So that's a really good experience. And I honestly feel really lucky, really privileged from the quality of education that I'm receiving here and from all of the pros that I get to have being a student in Ljubljana. So it's a really good thing being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You, Kristijan, maybe?
Well, I'd say that I'm also lucky and happy to be here because the percentage in order to get as an international here, you have to be really lucky and have good portfolio, and the quality of education that is provided, and also the resources and the facilities that the university and the faculties have to offer have really high standards, and they provide you with everything you need in order to have a successful career. It's up to us to use it. Also, it's really good for personal growth, where, as I mentioned before, the extracurricular activities give you another sight and open your horizons and give you possibilities that maybe you couldn't have back home or in other countries. So it really depends on the students, but the faculties, the university, the people, the environment here is giving you everything you need in order to succeed, and it's up to us to use it. So I think it's great to be here and to study here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So our university is a very open institution, and we really look forward to having as many international students as possible. Each year we have around 40,000 students, including 9% of international students from more than 100 countries, and around 3/4 of international students come from the Western Balkans region. As you can see, mainly from North Macedonia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Croatia, and Montenegro. And this region is one of the University of Ljubljana's strategic orientations, and with cooperation with through Rectors Forum, research, teaching, and study activities, we also want to connect with students from this region and present them all opportunities for studying in Slovenia. We also strive to connect and maintain contact with Slovenians living abroad through various student and other activities. We also noticed that the number of students from countries such as Italy, Bulgaria, Albania, and many other increases from year to year, which makes us very happy, considering all the experiences, differences, languages, and cultures that students bring with them in our university. And our country, and thus beautify this country. So we invite you all to enroll in our university, to be part of creating those connections between all of us, which is definitely one of the main roles of international students. As I said, you can always contact us, and we will do our best to provide you with all the information and answers to any questions you may have. And now more about admission and recognition procedure. When it comes to application, you must submit an online application in English or Slovenian with your username and password. It is very important that you save this information, this username and password, as it will allow you to access the EVŠ web portal and follow up on the application and admission process. On the EVŠ website, you can find more detailed information as well as video tutorials that will guide you step by step through filling out the application form. Also, as I said, call for enrollment is published on this website as well as our website. So there you can check everything you want to know about studying at the University of Ljubljana, like study programs, enrollment slots, as well as application period. Also be aware of the different deadlines. You can apply during several application periods, and the deadlines depend on your citizenship. So if you're a citizen of an EU member state or a Slovenian without Slovenian citizenship, you can apply in the first application period for 17th of February to 20th of March, and in the second application period from 21st to 25th of August. Here you can see who can apply in the second application period, and also candidates from EU member states and Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship can apply in application period for still available enrollment slots that will be from 22nd to 25th of September on noon. Citizens from non-EU countries can apply also from 7th of February, but to 20th of April in first application period, and on 4th and 5th of September in second application period. Here on presentation, you can also see which candidates can apply in this second application period. In the first application period, you may indicate a maximum of 3 bachelor's or single cycles master degree programs in order of preference for which you wish to enroll. So the order in which the degree programs are indicated is very important, because in the selection process, you will be admitted to the first degree program for which you meet all the requirements and achieve the minimum number of points in the case of limited enrollment. So as I said, we have accredited more than 400 degree programs and more than 800 subjects in English, and the majority of courses are conducted in Slovenian, but we also have some programs in English. So as you can see, lectures in English are held in 2 faculties that are School of Economics and Business, and at the Faculty of Natural Science and Engineering in Geology and Material Engineering, if there are at least 15 students enrolled. Recognition of education is required for applicants with a foreign education certificate who wish to continue their studies here in Slovenia. The online application is also an application for this procedure of recognition of secondary foreign education. So all documents must be uploaded on the web portal EVŠ as electronic copies or scans of the originals. Those documents have to be attached through the EVŠ web portal scans or photographies of the original certificates and other documents, as I said. It is important to know that the certificate of graduation, diploma, is not required at the time of application, but you should submit it as soon as you graduate. So you should apply as soon as possible, and if you haven't finished high school yet, you should send your diploma by 1st August. Candidates who already graduated need to submit this certificate with application. Also, candidates send translation only on the request received on the web portal EVŠ, and you will receive all notifications electronically through the EVŠ web portal, so it is important that you check your email regularly. So let's see what documents you need to upload to the EVŠ web portal. So scan of final certificates, graduation diploma, and certificates of the last 2 years of high school. Again, if you have not finished your high school, send the certificates of the last year of high school and diploma by August 1st. Also, you will need a copy or scan of a certificate translation of the final certificates into Slovene or English language. If a certificated translation of the certificates is required, the applicants, as I said, will be asked for it on the web portal EVŠ. You also must upload short chronological description of your entire education relevant to the enrollment application and recognition procedure of foreign education prepared by the applicant himself or herself, starting prior education, including the schools attended, recommended dates of attendance, possible transfers, accelerated progress, a repletion of courses, extended student status, and similar. On our website, you can find example of it. And you also need to upload scan of your ID or passport, and students from non-EU countries can only upload a scan of passport. If we need additional evidence, the enrollment service of the University of Ljubljana will inform you about it. About deadlines for citizens of EU member state and Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship, the first application period for sending documents is for applicants completing secondary school this year by 1st August. Also, those who already finished high school to the end of the first application period, that's 20th of March. If you apply in second application period, then you need to send your documentations by 25th of August. And if you apply in period for still available enrollment slots, then to the 25th of September. For non-EU students, the same conditions apply. So for applicants completing secondary school this year by 1st August, and those who already finished high school to the end of the first application period, so 20th of April for you. And if you apply for in the second application period, then you need to send all your documentations by 5th of September by noon. Slovenian language certificate for all candidates must be sent to the 1st of August. About the decision on recognition, you will be informed on the EVASHO web portal as well. If the degree programs has limited enrollment, candidates will be selected on the basis of the criteria that is published in the call for enrollment. And your grades need to be converted into the Slovenian grading system, and grading scales are published at our website as well as call for enrollment. Also, if your program requires knowledge of the Slovenian language at the B2 level, as already mentioned, a certificate of language of knowledge must be sent by August 1st. What is important is that certificates from Slovenia are recognized, but also from abroad, so that you can pass and get the certificate in your country without any problems. Here you can see which programs on bachelor level require Slovenian language certificate. Yeah, and also for enrolling in some programs, it is required to pass the test of ability, capacity, and skills. And here you can see at which faculties and academies it is necessary. For additional information about courses and content of the test, please contact the faculties or academies. Dates are also published on the EVASHO web portal as well on our website. So Nourelein, can you please tell us more about this test, because you're at Faculty of Architecture?
Mm-hmm. So about the test, on the year that I was actually applying for the university, I didn't get to do it, but I know for a fact from my colleagues who have been part of it that it's not really a technical test that would test students for their ability to draw, for example, because that's a misconception for people who are applying for University of Architecture, that you need to be a person who can draw or who can sketch, or so. It's not really a technical test as much as they test your perception or ability to see things from different perspective. For example, when you're applying for such a faculty that requires imagination or different perspective as architecture. So they really test your ability to see things, to perceive things, to your sense of scale for things. So it's not really that much of a technical test, and it's not really a cause of worry for students who are applying for the Faculty of Architecture. It's just some sort of testing your perspective upon what architecture is, or how are you gonna deal with it, or possibly even which part of architecture are you interested in. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And also, as I said, about additional information, of course, you should and you can always contact faculties or academies. If you're accepted in studies, you will be invited to enroll by the faculty or academy via email, and enrollment usually takes place in September. And the decision on results in first application period for EU students and Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship will be by 21st of July and at the least by 20th of September. And for non-EU students, they will be by 31st of August. We also recommend that you check our website well before the application deadline and check all the information on the offer degree programs, the application procedure and enrollment requirements, the number of available enrollment slots, fees, and more. Also, to help you with your application, we organize online counseling about the application and admission procedure for undergraduate studies. And also, you can contact us by email or phone at any time. To 30th of September, we also have info point. So if you have any question, please visit us or call. It is also very important to mention that you really do not need any service of recruitment agencies and agents for application, because application is very simple. And as I said, you can always contact us at any time. If you need any advice or help, you can contact us or arrange an online consultation, as I said, and we will do our best to provide you with all the information and answers to any questions you may have. So for the end, I would like to ask our student ambassadors about their experience with applying, admission, and recognition of their education. So please, Nourelein and Kristijan, tell us more about that.
Well, for my experience, I was one of the people who were eligible for doing the recognition of foreign education. So first of all, I had to check the list of documents that needed for that, and I luckily could extract them from my university in English. So this is how I applied for it. And it's basically, if you have the, as it was presented before, if you have the certificate for it, and then any proofs on how long did you study and the contents of your studies. And afterwards, when it was accepted, I was able to apply on the e-visa also for the application for the master studies that I'm doing right now. And I don't remember much dates, but I think the process went really smoothly because the website itself is really easy, and the video that was posted on the website of University of Ljubljana really helped on making the process just easy and caring for details on what you should choose upon applying, depending on your condition. And afterwards, the process went smoothly. When it came to, like, the university sent me the enrollment paper so I can apply for the visa. So I didn't really have any problems applying for whether the recognition of foreign education or the application itself for the university. It was really smooth.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Kristijan?
Well, I had a bit different experience. Firstly, because I was really, I wouldn't say it stressed out, but I was a bit nervous whether I would make a mistake when applying and not get and not enroll. But unfortunately, I searched for recruitment agencies, and then I searched online about information. How should I apply? And then I found out that it's really easy, and that's not something special or hard to do so. And at the end, I had help from a friend that had already gone through the process. And I saw that it's really just basic information, getting a few documents, translating them, uploading them on the EVASHA portal, and it's not a big thing. it was an easy process, and also the admissions office and my faculty were really open to discuss and consult if there were any problems. So the biggest stress was after applying, because we had to wait till the September. I didn't know when the results will come, and every day I was checking if they were here, but unfortunately they came. And yeah, it comes to that. So find all the information, make the plan, and know, for example, as you've seen at this presentation, that you will get the information around the end of August, and just don't worry, because the biggest mistake you can do is worry and make mistakes because of that. Find the information and you'll be good.
Yeah, thank you so much. As I said, as you also said, you can always contact us at any time and ask us about everything. This is the end. And for the end, I would like to say that being an international student is definitely best thing you can give to yourself, because of many opportunities, learning about new cultures, languages, and also seeing world in a very different light. The experience you will gain as an international student will definitely help you in many things, like more independence, opportunities, friends, experiences. Therefore, we invite you to choose your studies wisely in accordance with what you're interested in, and also come to our University of Ljubljana, and we will definitely do our best to provide you with excellent studies and a colorful student life. So thank you so much.